Did you see where the Oregon Duck was today?
I did.
He got kicked out.
And originally I thought it was kind of like oh my God, are you really doing that? But then like he was photographed with the Nebraska mascot. So
yeah, apparently
they
they were having Nebraska Media Day out there in Lincoln, Nebraska today.
Yeah. Oregon's Media Day was yesterday.
And the great Matt Rule was doing his interviews. And the Oregon Duck.
Not the big inflatable duck, the actual duck mascot.
Yeah, he waltzes into the media area and sits down.
And like has a mic. And
they literally kicked him out. They said he does not have a credential.
Yeah.
He must leave.
And so when I first heard this, I was like, oh gosh.
Here we go.
Like
they're doing duck bits.
They're doing duck bits. And I was like, that's kind of poor form. Like you're at someone's media day and you're like, come on.
Gonna go blow some ducks?
But then like right after that, they've got the duck in the stadium taking photos with the 2 Nebraska mascots because they got 2. And
well, they have the big inflatable guy who,
but they have a male and female Husker, don't they? Is that right?
No, I don't think so. They're just 2.
They have one of them.
Did.
One of them is the big inflatable guy who bounces around and then he turns upside down in the costume, and then he bounces around on his head.
And then they have more of a traditional
it's a pretty
mascot.
cool bit.
Yes.
I saw it when I was there watching them play Wisconsin, and it was pretty I'm not going to lie, it was a good bit.
You liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the duck was on the field. Was that Memorial Stadium, right? Where the Nebraska plays. He was on the field.
Why? Why was he there?
I don't know.
Because they don't play Nebraska this year.
He was on the field with the mascots, and the Nebraska football account tweeted out, "Welcome to the Big Ten, all love," or something like that. So.
Well, yeah, they said no feathers ruffled here. So the duck was there for something else, and he just happened to pop in on the press conference and do little bits, which, whatever.
Oh.
That
Originally, I thought that Oregon may have
sent him,
and I was like, that
would be odd.
That's kind of bush.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Although I thought it'd be hilarious if you did that at like Husky Media Day, or what I really thought would be great is if you sent the 90-foot high inflatable duck out to Montlake.
Oh yeah, that's what I want. That is what I want.
Yeah,
directly into my veins.
You are not getting that back.
No, that thing's getting popped.
We'll see.
I think it's getting more than popped.
We'll see.
At any rate, that would have been on brand with the whole inflatable duck thing at Big Ten Media Day. But so he was there for another reason. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. But how was Oregon Media Day yesterday? Did we get any hot Dan Lanning talk?
I mean,
Dusty went down there.
Yeah, Dusty was down there collecting audio. We found out Dylan Gabriel lost his 6-month-old puppy.
Yeah, I saw that. His puppy died.
That was heartbreaking.
One of my buddies points out, though, that that's just the John Wick origin story, and now he's going to go all God mode and win the Heisman and win a national championship.
Wait, what? Say that again?
Well, John Wick, the whole thing starts because he loses his puppy.
Dog, yeah.
So, Dylan Gabriel can take after John Wick and just wipe out everyone in his path, win a championship and a Heisman.
So what happened to the dog?
Had a weird stomach condition?
Stomach condition. Yeah. It's a cute little thing, too. Like, you don't see many athletes with, like, the little, I don't look like a little Pomeranian thing. Most of the time, college athletes have some sort of pit bull, Rottweiler.
You going to give him crap for having a little bougie dog?
Sort of thing. Well, at least it wasn't a Labradoodle.
Well, it's dead. You can't give him crap now.
That's true. That would be very
Gotta lay off.
It was a cute
fluffier and bougier than the Labradoodle.
A cute little, I don't know, like Pomeranian thing. But yeah, he was pretty emotional. He was crying and.
Yeah.
No, just listen to some of the interviews from some of the players, and look, Oregon's embracing no one's intimidated down there. There is an expectation, and they know there's an expectation. And the one thing that you take from everyone you listen down there, I think the thing they're most excited about is the depth. Yes, there is frontline talent across the board, but the depth of this team is what's going to be the difference. And I thought Harmon, the big defensive tackle from Michigan State. Someone asked him, like, it's obviously the idea of, like, can Oregon play in the Big Ten? Someone asked him, having played at Michigan State for 3 years, what's it like playing in the Big Ten? He goes, punts, and then they're going to run the ball, and then punt.
Go ahead and climb out of my ass for a while.
And he goes, when they do throw, then they're going to go back to run. So he was kind of alluding to the fact it was a fun little bit. It's like, dude, calm down with this. Like, can you compete at the Big Ten level? Oregon's going to be fine from a physical standpoint at the Big Ten. But yes, they are going to run the ball a lot, and Oregon has a very, very deep defensive front. The one thing, if I'm going to say about their defense, linebackers, I'm intrigued by. I think that is if you wanted to point to something that you would say you weren't completely certain on, but it's a good group. I don't know if it's an elite group. And then the secondary is really good and deep. It's just new. So many new guys. So can they kind of gel together? Although at the beginning of the schedule, there's some very, very winnable games that you should be able to go through some growing pains.
I mean, half the starters on the back end are new to the school, and so just them coming together will be a big deal. But I think there's enough talent there.
Yes.
So you said depth, defensive line is great.
The depth everywhere.
Quarterback.
This is a very, very deep team.
Offensive line.
Yes.
Biggest questions are the back seven, linebackers and DBs
Okay.
by a margin.
And again, I don't think the question is the deep. I mean, dude, that is a ridiculously talented secondary. It's just new. So many transfers. Arguably, some people are calling this the best wide receiver room in the country.
Oof.
I mean, they just take your pick on who scares you there. There's a ton of it. Good old line, deep backs. I guess Noah Whittington is 100% ready to go. And he was a two-headed beast with Bucky Irving. Oh, by the way, now you throw in Jordan James. Backs, you're completely fine. You love Dylan Gabriel. He's the odds-on favorite for the Heisman. I think you feel pretty good about your backup being Dante Moore. You have an NFL tight end and Terrence Ferguson who came back. There's just a lot to like about this team. But the front with Birch, Caldwell, and then who's the other guy? The other transfer, the Houston kid, whose name is escaping right now.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Why can't I think of his name? It's Hudson. Ware Hudson is the other transfer from Houston.
Hudson Ware.
Yeah, it is. There's just this will be the deepest front that we've seen from Oregon in maybe forever. It's just loaded. So. I mean, there's a reason why most people have them as a top 3 or 4 team in the country, and now you got to go out and back it up because the expectations are sky high, and winning 9 games isn't going to be good enough. This team is expected and is capable of competing for a national championship, and you arguably, come what I think it's like October 12th, it's the biggest game of the season, at least right now on paper for in college football, and that's Ohio State, who should be undefeated, and Oregon more than likely will be undefeated. And so you could have 1 versus 2, 2 versus 3, something like that. Biggest game in Autzen Stadium history.